for healthcare assistants, you really don't need a lot of things, but because there's a mad rush, employers are being picky and choosy. So now what does this mean? It means survival of the fittest, and that means you need to beef up your CV. Okay, certainly I'm a lawyer, I can decide to go and be a healthcare assistant, but because right now even nurses and doctors are applying for those same roles, do you think they'll give it to me if I just go with my call to bar certificates from Nigeria? Of course not. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Ivy Brown K and this is Ivy Living. Okay, so today, as you can see from our title, we are talking about steps to help you get a sponsored visa as a healthcare assistant. Okay, so a lot of us want to jackpot. A lot of people need to leave Nigeria as soon as possible, and this route is a newly opened route for people who would like to be healthcare assistants in the UK. Now, there's a lot of information and a lot of misinformation everywhere. I mean everywhere. But right here, you're going to be getting information from the source. Okay, now this series I'm giving you is something I've taken my time to research for over 8 months. Yes, over 8 months of research, and what I'm going to be telling you on this channel is take it to the bank information. Okay, now what is the health and care worker visa? This is a visa that covers doctors, nurses. It's an offshoot of the tier 2 worker visa, the skilled worker visa. Okay, but this one is for those who are health related fields. Okay, those who are in the health related field. Now, before now, senior carers were already on the list. Okay, but right now they just added the healthcare assistants, and that means a wider window, a wider healthcare assistant. You do not need a lot. Okay, the eligibility is really is anybody can be a healthcare assistant. Yes, you can be a healthcare assistant. So what do you need to do? Let us find out what the eligibility is for this visa. So if you know that you want to know how to leave this country and go to the UK as a healthcare assistant, you are at the right place. Yeah, because I'm going to be taking this step by step. It's going to be a series, okay, so that you know exactly where to get the information. All right, okay, so let's not do long story. Who be healthcare assistant? Simple. A healthcare assistant is someone who takes care of other people. Okay, so you could be taking care of the elderly, you could be taking care of children, you could be taking care of people with special needs. Okay, so it's not just elderly care. There are different categories of healthcare assistants, and you can just specialize and find yourself somewhere you enjoy. Okay, so now let's go to gov.uk to find out what you need to do to be eligible. Okay. So first off, we already know that the healthcare assistant job is on the list. Okay, because that's the very first thing here. You have to check to find out that your job is eligible. Okay, so let's know what else you have to do. You'll be working in the healthcare sector. Yeah, we know that. You need to be paid the minimum salary. Exactly. So the minimum salary for this visa right now is 20,800. So let's just say 20,000 plus, because you have to be earning at least 20,000 plus. So when you're searching for jobs, if you see a job that the annual salary is not up to 20k, don't bother. It's not eligible. Okay, now let's move on. So they have a list. You can see the list here, the list of things that are on this route, and then you also have to have a job offer. Yeah, okay, so that's it. The salary need has to be 20,480. Yeah, that's the least salary. So if they're putting your salary in hour or monthly, you have to be able to calculate how many hours you need in a month, and then calculate that by 12 to know if you meet this requirement. If you don't meet this requirement, don't even bother applying for that job. You will not get a visa. Okay, now what are the requirements for you? What are the things you need to put in place to get this visa? Let's get started on that. So the documents that are needed for this particular route of, we're going to check that I don't want to give you hearsay. Okay, let's get it. The documents you need to apply, so you know where to start from, what exactly you need to be getting. Okay, so now what are the documents? The first one is your certificate of sponsorship. This is something that you only get when you've gotten an offer. Your employer will apply for it, and then you get it. That one you cannot negotiate it. Okay, second one is your proof of English language. Now this can come either in the form of 1, IELTS, 2, ECTIS, which is NARIC, which means you just you've gotten a degree and then you apply, and then basically it's just a certificate saying, oh, this person studied for their degree in English. Yeah, so that's what that is. And then the third one is if you have a master's from the UK, because obviously then they spoke English when they were teaching you the masters. Okay, so that's it. And then the next one you need to do is valid passport. Okay, you have to have a valid passport, and then you also have to know your job title and annual salary, because it has to get to 20,480. Okay, and then you also need to know your job occupation code, and then you need to know your employer's number and their sponsor license. This will also be in your COS. Okay, that's it. That's what you need. Okay, so here I'm going to be going step by step to tell you how you can get all these documents. First off, if you're in Nigeria, if you don't have all these things, the first thing you need to go and get is your NIN. Yeah, when you get your NIN, then you go for your passport, because the NIN is necessary for your passport. And the passport right now is very tedious to get because there's a huge rush. So you have to go get your passport. If you don't have a passport, if your passport is about expiring, you have less than 6 months on it, you need to go and renew your passport. That is very, very important. Now, what are employers looking for? First off, for healthcare assistants, you really don't need a lot of things, but because there's a mad rush, employers are being picky and choosy. So now what does this mean? It means survival of the fittest, and that means you need to beef up your CV. Okay, certainly I'm a lawyer, I can decide to go and be a healthcare assistant, but because right now even nurses and doctors are applying for those same roles, do you think they'll give it to me if I just go with my call to bar certificates from Nigeria? Of course not. Okay, so you have to make sure that you are able to compete, because right now the competition is fierce. Believe this, not just you and I or people in Africa are bidding for these roles. Everybody is open to the whole world, so you have to know the amount of people that are applying for these jobs, the way you intend to apply for them. So that's why it's very important that you get the prerequisite documents. Okay, now in the UK, they have what they call standards of care. These are the regulations, these are the rules, these are certificates that teach you how to take care of people, the things you need to do, the roles, things like that. It's very important that you get it. Okay, so you get a 15 standard certificates. There are 15 standard care. In some places you can get it as one certificate. In some places you're going to have to do 15 different modules and get certificates for all 15 of them. But that's by the way, we'll cover that sometime later. Okay, now you also need to go and write your IELTS, and the IELTS has to be IELTS General UKVI. It can't be your standard IELTS you use for your Canada pool. No, you can't use that. You have to use the UKVI. You can write the general, you can write the academic. Okay, now if you want to use one of these to kill more than one birds, then you write the academic. That way you can use it for both job hunting and school hunting. Okay, because if you write the UKVI general, some schools will not accept it. Okay, but it has to be UKVI. If it's not UKVI, you're wrong. All right, now apart from that, there are other courses you can do to enhance your CV. Okay, like there are certain diplomas, online diplomas, that won't even take you 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. You have to actually take your time, sit down and do these courses, because when you finally get an interview, they're going to be judging you to make sure that you actually know what you wrote in your CV. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so don't just feel like, oh, you can just write, I have this and this and this, and don't feel like you get the job. No. Okay, it's fraud. Don't do that. We're not doing anything illegal on this channel. Okay, yeah. So now what else do you need? Most most employers are also looking for people with driver's licenses. Yes, so this is because there are different types of healthcare assistance. I'm going to talk about that very soon. But if you know you've not learned how to drive, this is time to learn how to drive for two reasons. First off, learning how to drive in the UK is pretty expensive. I mean, pretty expensive. You can be paying up to 15 to 20 pounds per hour to learn how to drive. Okay, secondly, it gives you an edge. All right, so if the employer needs people that have driver's licenses and you don't have a driver's license, you're not getting the job, because believe me, there are 55,000 people who have driver's license who have applied for that same job. Do you understand me? So you need to go and learn how to drive so you can get a driver's license. Now, there has been a lot of hulabaloo about driver's license. People go, oh, come and get your international driver's license. I'm like, what do you mean by an international driver's license? You know, there's this license they get which is like, oh, it's valid for 1 year. Like, why would I pay money for a license that is valid for 1 year? Because it's tagged an international driver's license. When you go to the UK, you can go with your Nigerian driver's license. Once you've crossed out of Nigeria, your driver's license is now an international driver's license. Do you understand me? So with your Nigerian driver's license, you can drive for 1 whole year in the UK. Yes. So while you're driving and going and doing your work, your business, you can be learning how to drive, or rather practicing how to drive, because you're going to have to go through the theory and the practical test to get your UK driver's license. Okay, yeah. So now, apart from the driver's license, a lot of employers are looking for people who have higher band scores in the IELTS. The visa office is not even interested in whether you have band 7 or band 8 or band 9. Is there band 9? I don't know. But anyway, but employers now are being picky because, well, there are many fish in the sea, so they are picking the big ones. So when you're aiming to get your IELTS, don't aim for low scores. You have to aim for 8, 7, 6. I saw some one group or company, they're asking for band 7. Like, you're not going for masters, but I guess they just have a lot of choices. So because of this, they are being picky. So yeah, if you want the job, go and get your IELTS and try to get that band 7. Now, let's talk about the different roles or different types of healthcare assistants we have. Where would you be working? Now, when people hear healthcare assistant, a lot of them just feel, oh, okay, care homes. Well, that's there. The biggest employer of labor in the UK is the NHS. Okay, so you can work in the NHS. Now, when you're working with the NHS, you can work in care homes, you can work in hospitals, you can work in GP practice, you can even be a community worker, meaning you're doing domiciliary healthcare. Oh yeah, another thing, domiciliary healthcare is not just that's the type of healthcare assistant where you go from one person's house to another person's house. So basically, that's the one that really needs a driver's license, yeah, because then you probably have like 4 to 5 clients in a day. You go to their house, assist them, whatever they need, and then when you're done, you go to the next place. Those are the people that actually need the driver's license. Well, living carers also need driver's license. Now, living carers are those who actually go and live with the people they are working for. Now, I see a lot of juicy. I've even seen living carers for £1,000 per month, and I'm like, oh, rather, no, not per month, please, per week. I'm like, £4,000. It seems so juicy, right? But know that you're basically living there 24/7, except when you're off duty. Okay, so that's what the living carer is. And then we also have the private care homes, private nursing homes. There are a lot of them. There are 1,001 of them. There are a lot of opportunity. Okay, so I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to be wrapping this up right here, and in the next video I'm going to be telling you how and where to get your care certificate. I'm going to be telling you how and where to register for your IELTS, and I'm also going to be telling you how to search for jobs, the right jobs, the juicy jobs, and how to get interviews quickly. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, follow us through, because it's going to be a series. Just click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell, so when I drop the next video, you will be informed. Okay, you don't want to miss out, because this route is hot, and the government has said it's going to be open for 1 year. We are hoping it's extended, but for now we have to act like it's just going to be 1 year. So everybody has to make hay while the sun shines. If you know you want to go through this route, You know what to do. Subscribe, okay? Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.